Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jelly Lover. Welcome back to my YouTube channels. Make sure to subscribe and give a thumbs up if you can, of course. Happy to be back. I was in London for like a week after some of the videos I made about XRP, and I'm kind of like happy to be back. I've been working a lot this year, so I was pretty much happy to kind of like have some vacation for myself. I love London. Let's say I always love like. But yeah, I really love London. I was happy to be back, and I was happy that because I met some friends that I haven't seen for a while over there. So happy that I got back there. Was amazing. Went to the restaurant, all kinds of things that I post on my Instagram. So you can also follow me on Instagrams and TikTok. I don't post that much about my experience over there, but I post about many different things that I do and whatever. But yeah, there is many videos that I want to do right now, but this one specifically, I don't know why, but I feel like that was God who actually sent me to actually do this video. Um, I I'm going to talk about my experience with one of my narcissistic experience. Yeah, but this one was one of the worst because it was like that high and deep into the level of narcissistic, experience that I had, but the difference is it was that high, but I ran through a lot of different narcissistic experience. So this time I just knew that the best response is silence. That's the best way for you to answer to them, is just to stay silent. Basically, I'm gonna explain the whole things. I was supposed to go to the UK in London for like a week. There is my friend, I'm not gonna name the name, but I haven't seen him for a while. That's one of my friends that I actually met here in Belgium because I'm from Belgium. I met him in Belgium and we became kind of like friends, okay? I know he's very nervous sometimes, he doesn't always control his angers and everything, but I am a calm person. In my group, every time I have a friend groups, Jean-Luc, which is my name, I'm one of the calm person, the one who always gonna calm everyone, try to make peace and try to find the right road to fix people. That kind of friends. This is me. So every time I used to be in Belgium, and I promise guys, that's God actually told me to actually put this video out there because I was working, literally I was working, and I was thinking about putting some content out there, but I was just like, yeah, maybe I will be back home because I just got yesterday from the UK. I came back to Brussels, I think probably by 11 p.m. I was so tired, and I had to wake up again at 7 a.m. So I was so tired. I was like, okay, I just want to be back home and take time for myself. But when I got outside of my workplace, I saw like a woman. She was just outside of my workplace filming things. I was like, okay, I think that's a sign from God. Actually, go back home and film some content. I was like, it's probably gonna take me like 5 to 10 minutes. So probably if I have time, I'll probably like just fix myself and film the content. Basically, let's call him. Let's call my friends Jay. Okay. So I met Jay in Belgium. We became friends. He had a job over here, and he was renting my friend's Airbnb, and over time we just became friends. But sometimes he used to argue with his wife. I could see that sometimes there was a lot of anger, but you can never really know how people react when they are angry, if you can say that way. So sometimes, let's say I didn't really see that behavior when he used to be in Belgium, but when he got back in the UK, I think when he got back to UK after 1 year of working in Belgium, he came back here, and to surprise him, I was like, you know what, he's going back to UK. Many bad things happen in Belgium, so I'm gonna surprise him. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna book a ticket and go there in the UK after Christmas so I can meet him. Since he was here a lot for me. I'm not gonna lie, I have to admit. So I booked a ticket, went to the UK, and many different things happening. But at that time, I wasn't like that awake in narcissistic behavior, some kind of way. But I really needed every time. For example, that's one of the things that I found like very suspicious. thing is, I can talk to him about anything, business, life, going have a drink. Anything is talkable. I don't know if that's something that I can say in English, but we can actually have conversation on pretty much anything. But every time I was talking about a concern, how I'm feeling, or something that happened through my days, it was kind of like there was no empathy. We can talk about anything, but why is that? And I had many friends like that in my life. Like, we can talk about going to have a drink, going to clubs, going to whatsoever, like jobs, anything. But when it's time to talk about feelings, how I am feeling, why I don't, what the things that I don't like, why that person behave like that. That person will always try to deflect the conversation to something else. They would say things like, you keep repeating yourself. It's okay, let's talk about something else. And it's been happening for quite a while in my life, but I wasn't really aware of that. But anyway, let's keep it going. He didn't have much empathy, but I wasn't really paying attention to that because I have my life, he has his life, and we go to work. And so we don't really have times to really always focus on little details that people bring each and every day. We always have to deal with people through our life, and I think the best way to deal with people is actually to let them be what they want to be and be a best person and add value into their life, you know. So that's the type of person I was trying to be. But what happened is basically I haven't seen him for a while, and I don't think he knows the why, but if I can express to you guys, for me the why is because over times I had like 2 narcissistic experience. Before him, I think it's my exes, which I'm gonna make another video about it. But concerning him, he doesn't know that in between the times he was in Belgium and I went back to the UK, and I went to the UK last week. There is probably like 2 years, and in those 2 years, I had like an awakening where I realized who I was, what narcissistic behavior was, the way they behave and everything. So I don't think he was aware of who I became. And I'm not a perfect person like who I became. I'm just a normal person, you know. But what I became in terms of like, I have boundary today, and if you cross them, I'm just gonna stay silent and get away from you. And I'm not saying like, yeah, if you cross them, you have to get away from me like I'm the best person. That's not actually what I mean. It's just that me, Jean-Luc, as a person, I'm not perfect, but every single day I will try to be the best person as possible, to bring the best out of the people around me. So if you have a concern, you want to express yourself, you come to me and say, Jean-Luc, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, what's going on? Can we talk about it? Okay, let's go grab a drink. What's going on? And I will try with the best ability that I can to try to understand what's going on, why you hurt, how deep it is, what can we do to fix it. Sometimes some people don't even need you to talk a lot. Some people just want you to listen to them. That's how much I understand people. But every time it was about me, it's kind of like there is a big problem. But over time I realized I understand why they don't want to listen to you. All those people, those friends that used to be around you, why they didn't want you to listen to you, is because they used to do the same thing to other people that I was repeating out loud, you know. I know how to express myself, not the best way, but the correct way, because God gave me the ability to, and I don't know why, but maybe that YouTube channel grows, and I will be able to help people concerning the narcissistic behavior. But over that, I don't think you realize who I became, and so the abuse that I used to do back then, that I wasn't calling abuse, came back again today. So basically, now I'm going back to the story. I was supposed to go to London for a week. I haven't seen him for a while, but he doesn't know that I got away from him because he was getting abusive. I couldn't express myself. I couldn't be myself. I had to be limited in my thinking. It was only fine to be around him if his rules was working. But when Jean is trying to express himself, is derangement. People don't like it. So I was like, nah, this is not a friendship. That's not what I deserve, you know? So he didn't realize that I was just trying to back away, because some people, you can't even argue with them. Even if you express yourself the best way as Obama talks, like let's say you express yourself like Obama does. Obama is a very well-spoken person, yeah? they will make sure to make you understand that they didn't understand anything, because they don't want you to wake up to the abuse, because the things that you're actually expressing, these are things that they actually do each and every day to people you don't know. You know, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but I was supposed to go in yonder for like a week, and he knew about it. Oh, he lives in Plymouth, and I'm going to London. I was like, hey, I'm going to London. I've been working a while, and I didn't take vacation because I had to purchase a lot of furniture for my apartment, and I moved. There's a lot of money involved. But this time I really want to travel. I was like, yeah, you know what? He used to live in Leamington, I think, at that times. And I wasn't really up for. He told me, I'm going to Plymouth. I'm leaving to Plymouth. Come to visit me and my wife. And I know his wife because they used to live together. I was like, okay, it's all right. So when you travel, of course, you have a budget. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to travel. So if I have to pay, if I have to go for a week to London, then I'm going to pay like for a week to London plus breakfast. And I know London pretty well today. So he told me, Jean-Luc, just come to my place. And I'm so tired. I don't even know how I got the energy to explain this to you, to explain all of this to you guys. But literally, he told me, like, come for a week and I'll try. And I asked the Lord and Holy Spirit to really help me into this. So he called me during my plan and said, yeah, just come to Plymouth. No accommodation. You just have to pay nothing. Just come visit me. You're like my brother. I was like, okay, it's all right. So my plane changed. My budget changed. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep 2 days in London, 3 days in his house, 2 days in London, then back to Brussels. That was my plan. So I was like, okay, you know what, that's fine. So since your budget changed, you can use your money for other things. So I came to his place, yeah. Everything was perfect. First day, amazing. I haven't seen him for a while. I hugged him, I hugged his wife. Everything was fine. Then actually what happened is, it's insane. I always knew that him and even his wife, sometimes they have very weird way to behave, but it wasn't flagrant. Yeah. So basically what happened, we were on a boat in Plymouth just to have a little tour. And his wife, out of a sudden, she made like a comment and said, hey, Jean-Luc, I should give me your telephone number because you used to have the whole one. I used to have the whole one is because she used to live in Belgium. And when my friend Jay, let's say, wasn't available or wasn't replying, I could text his wife to say, could you please come to open the door so I can get into the apartment? Because most of the time what we used to do is on a Friday, I will pop up to their home, we will have a drink, stay together until 5 a.m. or maybe go out. But most of the time we really, really used to enjoy having like our time together. Well, it was already 12 minutes, it's all right. I haven't filmed it since 12 minutes now. Anyway, so yeah, so she said you have the whole one, but for me, I never was like up to push to actually have a telephone. I wasn't even care about having a telephone number, honestly, you know. But for me, I was like, yo, we having like such a great time. Why do you have to bring that comment? Like, just tell your boyfriend, but even why should I have your telephone number? Like, come on. Anyway, I think at that moment we were on a boat, his boyfriend got mad. And ever since the moment, everything that was coming out of my mouth was getting devalued. And I guess the people who know about narcissistic behavior know about the devalue things. I was in Plymouth, so one of the comments I told him was like, hey, I heard like that in Congo, the vegetable, and you know, the environment is so beautiful. I wanted to know if Plymouth looks quite similar. He was like, nah, Plymouth looks more beautiful than Congo and everything, the forest. And I was like, yo, but you know, he could have seen it in a good way, but I know for a fact that he was trying to devalue anything that I was saying, but at the moment I wasn't sure, you know. So I went down, went to grab a drink, you know, but his behavior wasn't just about the word, it was the body language was becoming mean. It was like, for example, he would take like a tissue, it would go like, it would become very aggressive in his way of doing things, you know. He would start singing and I would say, hey, do you know that song? He would just keep singing, you know. There was some kind of like a game, and it's a mental game, but if you ask that person will never tell you I'm playing a game, you know. But at that moment, it was starting to devalue everything that I would say. For example, I would say, hey, we're going home right now, can we just grab a drink? She would say, just give it up, we have so many drinks at home, you know. So every time I would say something, and I was like, am I crazy, or that game is really going on? So that game started, right? That was a game. Like, you can trust me, guys. I know what I'm talking about. What happened is we went back to the apartment. And at that moment, what happened is his girlfriend, she catch out to the game. What happened is his girlfriend started to realize that his boyfriend, which is Jay, was mad because he found out that his girlfriend wasn't happy with giving the telephone number to me. But at the same time, he doesn't know that his girlfriend, because he's my friend, but he's a narcissistic, not just a narcissist, he's a covert narcissistic. He doesn't realize that for me because God gave me the spirit of discernment. Guys, trust me. He doesn't know that his girlfriend did it on purpose to piss him off. So she was wanting to use me, and I'm not a bad looking, and I'm not the perfect looking, but if you really see me in real life, you'll be like, okay, this guy is, but I don't care about it. Like, I'm not made for everyone. I'm made for just one woman. I don't care about if any woman loves me. Of course, it's always nice if women love you, but I don't care about like showing off. Yeah, I got started because God gave me, but I don't care about showing off, taking someone else's girl. That's definitely not John Luke, Anyway, I wasn't happy about that, but I didn't care at the moment. But I didn't know that it could piss off my friends that much. But it was a game so civil. I don't know if to express in English. It was like so hidden, covert, Because the thing is, what happened at home, when we started to get at home, you want to know what I was talking about, guys? It was insane. I think they love me because of this, but I don't know if they love me because of this. I was talking about the fact that there is these rules in the US where we can talk to dolphin, and people doesn't know why. Why we can talk to dolphin, like, it's because they find out that dolphin with the frequency, because when you express yourself as a human, you have a frequency, right? And the frequency of the dolphin is one of the closest to the human. So they have like machinery of technology where, it's like when you talk, it's a frequency, but the radio can also send a frequency, but inside the radio, there is no like human. So that means you can create a machine or a technology that can actually capture the frequency and transform it and actually make you understand what that person is saying. So what they did is actually taking the dolphin's frequency and try to translate it in human form, and you can literally listen to what the dolphin is saying about so many secrets underwater. And the closest one was we used to do that was a dolphin. We give the most secret. And I think the US government doesn't like it, so they're like, don't talk to the dolphin. That's what I was saying. And he was like, stop saying anything, stop saying some bullshit. He was trying to like devalue everything, and I was saying, and I know it was so interesting because the way he was looking at me was making so much sense that he couldn't disagree with that. You can say, okay, I don't believe it's fine, but you don't have to devalue and say, shut the fuck. It was like, but it's like I'm trying to devalue you, but I will do it in such a way that I can even defend myself and say I'm not getting mad. I'm just trying to put the best vibes in the room, It's like I don't want someone to talk and say, can you just talk quiet, because I'm trying to have a conversation over the phone. I will try anything, and it's that's why I call covert narcissistic, because those kind of behavior happen a lot at work, in the workplace, and I'm sure people know what I'm talking about. Anyway, what happened is the game started with him, but I wasn't sure because he's very subtle, really like little. When a girlfriend found out that he was mad because of it, she joined the game because she didn't want his boyfriend to be against her. So they both started to devalue me now. And it was kind of like a game going on. And I was like, can I have a drink? Just serve yourself. Like, don't ask. You get the point. And I have my own drink. I was like, okay, I'm just going to have a drink. And I was like, hey, you guys, do you really want to watch this movie? What do you want to watch? And I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, something's going on right now. Am I gonna get comment every time I open my mouth? It was like just crazy. And I was like, yo, and it's so insane that even your mind have no time to process what's going on. Like, guys, literally, believe me. Sometimes those stories are so crazy that the only way to believe it is to film it, because those people only act when the characters are close, So at the moment, your heart, I think your spirit knows, but your body get times to really accept what's going on. Oh, I'm tired. I don't even know I have time to explain that, literally. And then what happened, guys, it kept going. So I told myself, okay, I'm going to use silence because I don't know narcissistic people, but I wasn't sure about. I was sure at 40, 38% up to 40, so he's not sure yet, okay? And I was like, okay, I'm going to use the silence because I know narcissist people, they hate that. Silence, just straight silence. So I was like, okay, since I'm opening my mouth, I'm trying to share knowledge. I can't even I cannot even ask to have a drink. They will yell at me literally. So I was like, I'm just gonna shut up. So I took some drink and shut up. I'm just listening to the movie. But I can literally see that nobody's interested in the movie. So I take the drink and goes out because I feel like I can't even say anything anymore. I come from London on vacation, not to shut up and be judged about anything I'm saying. And since I got silence, they got bothered by it and to say, oh, now you become antisocial. I say, no, I didn't become antisocial. It's just like whatever I'm saying, I'm gonna get the bad comments. So I thought the best way was to be silenced. They say, oh my God, and I was like, okay. What's going on? Even if I say paper, they will say, what the fuck are you saying paper for? If I will take the phone and try to call my mom, they will say, stop talking loud. So anything that I was doing at that time was getting judged with the value. And I was like, okay, this is becoming deeper. So I was like, guys, I don't know what I've done to you. I took some drink, went to my room and said, guys, I don't know what I've done to you. Whatever I've done, if I've done a mistake, I'm sorry. Because this is the way I am. I'm sorry. I just want to say I love you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. That has to be the last day because I had to leave on Sunday. And they didn't say anything. I went back to my room. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I think. I wanted to have like a drink because I brought like some wine from Belgium. I was like, let's grab a drink. I'm on fucking vacation. I even wanted to go out. It was just insane. Literally, because my friends, they're like over 40 years old. Like this girlfriend, she's 35. I'm 32. He's 43. I was like, what the fuck? I'm in Plymouth. Like, I pay for vacation night to fucking stay in the house. I'm looking good. I was like, yeah, I have to go. Like, come on, Jean-Luc, Anyway, I literally, I'm like, you know what? I can't go out. We have some activity to do tomorrow, but I'm gonna have a drink. So I went to leave him and I have my own drink in the fridge. And he's actually in the balcony having a drink and smoking, you know what? So I'm going to the fridge to grab a drink, but I just went to pee, so I'm gonna have to clean my hands and go to pee. He's like, yeah. And then he saw me, but he didn't say anything. But he didn't know that it was my drink. So I pulled up some drink, go back into our room, come back again, grab some drink. He's like, you think I didn't saw you getting some drink? I'm like, yeah, but that's my drink from the fridge. And he's like, you fucking supposed to sleep. Literally, that's the way he said that. You fucking supposed to sleep. What the fuck are you doing there? It's funny though. At that times, I was like, okay, that confirmed like exactly what I'm thinking. You guys are trying to devalue me, play some type of game. Anything I will say will go against me. But I will not let you play like that. So the first game, not a game, the first thing in my mind was like, this guy can get violent. I just haven't seen him yet, He can get violence. I'm in the UK, I'm not in my country. I have to be humble, He's not in my country. You respect the country, you respect the people, Don't do some bullshit so you can come back in the country. Have fun because UK is an amazing country. So I was like, I'm not in my country, not even in my house. I have some money left. I was like, whoa, what am I gonna do? Am I literally? But you know what's crazy? There's something I wanna really point out is I met this beautiful woman at the reception. She's French. In January, when I came in UK in January this year, and we met, she was so nice. She kept my jacket for 5 months. I came back months later, my jacket was still there. Like the hotel I slept in is an amazing hotel. I always go there because of the showers and everything. It's always so amazing. So the second time I came, like a couple days ago before I left to Plymouth, that woman was there. And I was like, thank you for being so nice. My name is Jean-Luc. What's your name? We just have a conversation, chit chat. She's like, my name is Emmanuel. And I was like, oh, Emmanuel, I'm Christian. Do you know what your name is? She replied, God is with you. And I was like, yeah, it's amazing. But it fucking stays in my mind. And I don't want to say fucking God in the same time because, you know. And I was like, that stays in my mind. God is with you. And I was like, what? God will want to share with me now to say God is with you. Out of a sudden, I went back to my room and I contact one of my best friends. Her name is Rebecca. She's from the UK. I said, Rebecca, and she's actually deep into spirituality. I said, Rebecca, what do you think? This is what's going on. My friend is behaving like this, like this, like this. I'm sure he's narcissistic. It's because his wife started to flirt. I didn't flirt back. I'm not interested. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's like, be smart. If you can get a taxi whatsoever, but be smart, sleep there as long as you can, and try to get up and set up an hotel, but do it in a smart way. I was like, thank you, thank you. So what happened is, I went back again to pee, 2 a.m. or something. I didn't 2. So either I came back to pee or came back to grab some water, and I see him again. He's like, what the fuck are you fucking doing there? And I was like, so I went to follow him in the bathroom. I was like, yo, Jay, why do you get so mad about any movement? He's like, you fucking supposed to sleep. And I'm like, yeah, but for me, I was like, what do you have to yell? And I was like, at that moment, I was like, okay, I think this guy is looking for a fight to attack me. You know those narcissistic people? They have so much anger inside and it needs to go out into somebody. And when they see you come into light and so pure, they want to put that things into you and they wait for you to react. And the moment you react, trust me guys, you're lost. That's why I kept myself so quiet. And I was like, you know what? I went into my room and started to pray. Yes. And I started to pray. After I finished praying, that's when he started yelling. And what he did, the last thing that I told myself, it's time to move is he spit on the floor after talking to me. He said like, da, 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 I don't know whatever he says. And then he's like, he talking, and he say, he fucking, I can't even do that. Like literally, he spit on the floor. He did fucking spit on the floor, guys. I don't want to say fucking, I'm sorry. He spit. But that was like my boundary, like, come on, guys, you know. And I was like, okay, that's fine. He's fucking spit on the floor. I was like, it's fine. I went back to my room. I was like, I'm not going to reply. I'm not going to insult. I'm going to be peaceful. I'm not in my house. So the best thing I did, went back to my room. I started cleaning everything. I cleaned the room. I took all the bottles. You know, sometimes you left bottles of water whatsoever. I cleaned everything. I did my suitcase slowly. I was happy because girlfriend, she was just in the next room sleeping. She was sleeping. So I did my suitcase, my bag. I went to the bathroom. I cleaned everything. I didn't have to clean. I just took all my stuff back. The cream, toothbrush, toothpaste, and everything, you know. Make sure all the lights are off. And my suitcase was off. So I put back my pants. He didn't see because he couldn't see that I was moving because I took my jacket away, suitcase away. So he couldn't see that. It was still in the living room. And I went back because basically his kitchen is his living room as well. So I went back to the living room and I put things in the trash can. He's like, what the fuck are you still doing? And I was like, no, I just came to put some stuff in the trash can. He's like, what the fuck? And I was like, and I felt something, but I don't want to post it. He said, what the fuck? And I just told him, excuse me, Jay, why do you have to say fuck every time? And when I replied to that, he calmed down a bit. He said, you could have just go to sleep. And I could see that now he put all the frustration away. Now he's calming down, you know? And I was like, now I cleaned the room. I made the bed so clean. You can trust me. Everything was perfectly done. Trust me about that. I put everything in the trash can and I left the living room and I said, thank you for everything. He says something, but I don't think he realized I was leaving. Because when in that particular house, every door that you open, they all sound the same, you know? So I opened the door and left. It was like 4 a.m. And my friends actually, she sent me a link. It was a Flixbus link. In the Flixbus link, I could see the bus coming at 6 a.m. When it started spitting on the floor, for me, I was like, okay, this is actually the boundary for me first. And I think after spitting, he would probably try to fight me from some type of way, but I'm not. I'm not into that anyway. I left. I had like some money on me, but God's grace, um, some money on me, and I was like, I'm going to take the bus. I took the bus, and I only slept there one day. And the things that make me move is when I remember that woman at the reception that tells me, Emmanuel, that means God is with you. So God knew even before my Lord Jesus Christ, I already knew before I left how it's going to happen. What's that noise? But I think God wanted me to experience that, to actually know who are your true friends, you know. So yeah, that was the experience, you know. And at that moment I realized, wow, my friend is a Covert Narcissistic, and his girlfriend as well. They were playing some devaluation game. And it's just insane because they didn't used to be like that 3 or 4 years ago. And as time goes by, I'm sorry because I love them. They are my friends, but they became just worse. They became worse in their behavior. And I realized, not even with them, but even with my exes, that narcissistic people, they just become worse over times. More angry, more disrespectful towards the other. And I saw like different age on narcissists. I saw narcissist people at 25, 21, 28, 30, 31, which is my ex's, 35, which is his girlfriend, and him 43. And I don't know why, but after that moment, something told me you should post it on YouTube, your YouTube channel, because I love talking about XRP and finance and stuff. But one time I remember somebody told me, do you want to know what you have to do in life? Just go and see what happened in your life, the worst thing happening in your life, and explain how you get out of it. And actually, that's how I got out of it, I think, is because of my God, you know, protecting me throughout this process. And I have a lot of different narcissistic experience that I have to explain. Let's say I have many things happening at work, but God was building me through all this process to actually know how to behave, you know. Listen, guys, if I can give you one advice, is just stay silent to those narcissistic. If you really, really have to talk to them, just reply. Now he's texting me all the times now. If I show you guys, after that he kept texting me and say, because the greatest things was God, the way God does things sometimes is just amazing. He's really like the best God ever. By the time I took the bus, that's the time he went to sleep, 6 a.m. And you know, if people knows the UK, if you want to go from Plymouth to London with the bus, it might take you 5 to 6 hours. By the time he went to sleep, I was in a bus. By the time he went to sleep and he passed the room, I was already out, I didn't knew. By the time he woke up and texted me and called me to come in the living room, I was in London and I posted about it. By the time he realized that I was in London, he fucking said, he texted me and said, where the fuck are you? And he has the audacity, because I drove for 6 hours, the audacity to tell me, you better come back because we have things to do. And I had to go back the next day in Belgium. And I was like, yo, I'm so sorry that I'm laughing like that. I'm not mocking anybody. I'm just like, come on. Sometimes those narcissist people, they're so grandiose. They think that they just think that. I don't even think that king or president think like that, you know. But it was funny for him to say that. And he started like just texting me and say, fucking come back, fucking reply. I wasn't replying to anything. And then I just kept posting, like, you know, when narcissists people trying to bother you, just go about your life. Like, don't even try to make them jealous. Don't even insult them. Just go about your life. Literally forgive them. If you can, ask God to help you healing and wish them the best. I promise you will see the karma. For me, the way things got back to my narcissistic experience with people was justice. I saw God's justice coming in a way you won't even believe how clean it was. That only God can make those type of things, you know. He started insulting me, sending me like, you little bitch. I wasn't replying. And after sending me a little bitch while I was in London, he kept texting me again and telling me, I hope you're doing all right. Just reply. Just reply. I just want to know you're safe. These are unstable way of behaving. Like, come on, literally. I cannot believe it. I'm like, yeah, come on. sometimes it seems like they have their brain, and there's like, you know, that things like that turns around, you know, and their brain is just saying anything they can say at the moment just to catch and grab my energy, you know. Sometimes the day you wake up is when you realize that people need you more than you need them. That's one of the things my brother told me. When you slowly realize who you are, you won't let just anyone coming into your life like that. You know, I was really hoping to find a woman in the UK because I love UK women. I love them. But, you know, when you have the bad people around you, it prevents you from meeting those people. I know that my tribe is somewhere. I just found one of my tribe, and she's from the UK. She's amazing. Like, not just as beautiful wise, but friendship wise, she's really a friend that I can really contact at any times. If she see my stuff, she will just reply any times. And I'm thankful that I met her. But any advice I can give you guys is just stay silent, let God do the work, but you really need to forgive. And the last thing I want to say is, remember that Emmanuel, Emmanuel, Emmanuel. That means God is with you, God is with you, God is with you. When you think that you're going through the worst, I promise you, God sees when you cry, when you're feeling down, the way they treat you. Because there's narcissistic people at work, in family, everywhere, like where you need to do things the most, such as working. If people have a sport that they do, or they have to play with the team, the manager will be narcissistic. And they will make sure you feel bad because they recognize who you are. Because before you even come, they already know this one day is going to wake up, and I don't want him to wake up everybody about who I truly am. So I need to make sure people have a bad perception of that person. And it happens often at work. God is with you. I promise you guys. I don't know why and who is this message for, but I know that message was for me to actually share it. I don't even know why I got my sunglasses on. I don't like, because I'm tired. I think that's why. I think I'm looking good. I was like that. But anyway, guys, I wish you the best. I'm so tired. Look at my eyes. But I haven't slept enough, actually. Anyway, I wish you the best, guys. I promise that God is with you. Don't regret the bad friendship that just stopped, or any type of relationship that just stops. I promise that your tribe is out there. But throughout the process of being hurt, I think God is trying to teach you some things, you know. He's trying to teach you some things, how to behave, how to recognize them. You know, it's like, imagine you open a company and you have 3 employees. One become late all the times, and one never tell the truth. So every time you have to report some data, they will never be right. So you can actually properly work. Not only properly work with them, but they will lie also to your colleagues. So the best colleague can even proper work. But if you can spot a good employee from far away, your company will be able to work. So think about your life such as a company. Such as, I don't know if I can say it that way, but my English is not perfect anyway. Think your life as a company. You know, I was saying to God why I couldn't go back with my exes, because she's also narcissistic people. I told God it's because if one day I have good finance, I need someone and I can trust with my finance and my life, you know. So look around and be like, can I trust that person? Can I trust this person? And I think through all those experiences, God is actually teaching me and both of you guys, all of you guys, how to spot them from far away. God is with you guys. I don't know what I'm sharing this for. I know that's going to help a lot of different people. Yeah, and I just found out that 2 of the friends that I thought were my friends were actually narcissistic, but they were very covert, guys. Trust me, they were like so covert, but literally so covert. I don't want to say fucking kid, but they're so covert narcissists. It's just insane. Anyway, guys, I hope I help a lot of you guys. I'm probably going to come back with some more XLP vision from the Lord. Anything that I can share, I will try to make sure I can create some content. So it was a long video. Hopefully it's going to help you a lot, guys. Follow me and make sure to share the video. See you guys. Bye.